What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam whatsoever. You're gonna be up in the club and something this awkward is actually gonna happen to you. Honestly, today's video is the most awkward thing I've ever witnessed. Realistically, though, I turned 21 a little bit recently, and I ended up just going down to the strip to explore a little bit. And witnessed a Karen get body slammed by some dudes outside of a club and just had no clue what to do. Real talk, though, I just figured that I had to make a video about it because, I don't know, I was pretty useless in every other way. So without further ado, let's get into it.
General life advice for everybody out there, you know. Get it jumping, I'm just trying to get some hands up. I've been thinking, yeah, my mind is pretty jammed up. No, I'm immature, but
Alright, now, I'm not a big, crowd type of person. It's just not something I'm interested in. But one thing I've always loved is people watching. And I've heard from a couple of my friends that, nightlife is starting to come back on the strip. But not the classy nightlife. It's the people who have decided to take a trip to Vegas because of coronavirus type of people. So, I just decided, me and my friends, to go down to the strip. And you can get, these really long, margarita by the foot things and just walk around and people watch. And for the first 2 hours, we're having a great time. I'm just sipping on this margarita, watching crazy people walk by. I've seen a couple arguments, couples arguing about how, it's not cheating just because she had a blindfold on, stuff like that. And it's entertaining. It's nothing to bat an eye at. It's Vegas. It's exactly what you would expect. It's just a bunch of really drunk gambling people running around being crazy. But, that's exactly what you get in Vegas. It is what it is, especially down on the strip. And as we're walking and doing our thing and whatnot, there's this place. I don't know if it was crowded on the inside or whatnot, but all I know is that I see this group of people come out very entangled in a conflict. There's one group of people, and it looks like a bachelorette party of women, and then there's this group of guys that are on the other side, and they're arguing. And it's very obvious that they're not together because the stuff that they're screaming at each other on the sidewalk is insults that you can only use if you don't really know somebody. They're yeah, well, I bet you're a loser. Just arguing with somebody that's a stranger where you have no idea what the person's personality is. If you knew somebody, if you guys were together and you had just gotten in an argument, you'd be like, hey, Brandon, why do you only sleep with girls named Fiona? Because your ex broke your heart so much? Ah ha ha. But if you just start going after the shoes that they're wearing, chances are they're a stranger. So they're going back and forth, and as the rest of the crowd kind of calms down, there's one big lady. And when I say big lady, I'm not trying to be mean. She just could have been a body double for Shaquille O'Neal. This lady is massive to the point where I'm oh my God, this lady could just straight up sit on you and you would die. And what's really intimidating about her is she wasn't fat. She was a big lady, but you could just tell that, behind that bigness was some muscle. And she and this one dude who's about equally as big are really going at it. They're up in each other's faces, arguing, and the lady just starts punching the guy, out of nowhere. They were just kind of arguing, and she starts punching him, and the first punch lands, and I see the guy kind of be did you just hit me? And then she backs up again and punches him in the face a second time, and he's whoa, and starts trying to run away. So this guy runs behind the rest of his friends and is don't hit me, and she starts chasing after him with her fist up and hits him a third time as he's trying to run away from his friends. And at this point, I'm entertained. It's got my full attention, but my job is to tell crazy stories. So whenever I see something crazy going on, my first idea is pay as much attention as humanly possible. After the third hit, he's hey, stop hitting me. I don't want any problems. I don't want to fight with you. And she just keeps saying no, we're throwing down. No, we're throwing down. And she keeps hitting him. And I think I count, I don't remember the exact count. I was a little out of it. Maybe 6 punches that this lady has put on this guy, and he hasn't done anything but just walk away. And finally, she has gotten behind his friends. At some point, she had pushed through all of his friends, and she had the guy that she's hitting in her hands. He wasn't fighting back, but she had grabbed his neck and was hitting him, and he wasn't choking him, but he was pulling away. The guy's equally as big as the girl, and it just honestly looked like he didn't want to hit her. And finally, she has his hand on his throat and is punching him in the face, and he says that if you hit me again, I'm going to do something about it, I'm going to hit you back. And I'm going to be honest, I don't believe in hitting women, but if a girl is straight up RKOing you and has punched you 7 times and you haven't hit her back, and then you tell her if she hits you again, you're going to hit her, Well, in that case, I'm all for equality. Welcome to 50-50 split. You guys wanted things to be equal. This is how it goes. If you're going to punch me 6 times in the face, I'm going to hit you back. So the lady is like, oh, you wouldn't hit a girl, and punches him again. And listen, if you're a girl having someone in a headlock, repeatedly punching them in the face, maybe the phrase, you wouldn't hit a girl, is just not a good thing to say, because you're fair game. The second you start fighting back, I feel like, you know, this guy did not want to hit this woman. He did everything in his power to run away. I'm going to be honest. I watched the whole thing go down. And when she hits him in the face again, dude, this guy suddenly summons the strength of 10 Mr. Incredibles, bro. This man summons strength that I have only seen in Andre the Giant and the Princess Bride. He legitimately picks up this Karen from the headlock over his shoulder. Like, he has her, he was kind of in this headlock, and he picks her up kind of onto his shoulders as if he's squatting her. And then he, like, stands up from the slight, you know, bending over thing he's doing, and he has this lady over his head. And the next thing that he does is he just flips her, and it looks effortless. Like, you ever seen somebody that's so unnaturally strong that it's kind of like animal strength, like gorillas really just be ripping cans apart with no problem? The effortlessness with which this guy lifted up this lady and just dropped her was so impressive. It was like watching an Olympic person power clean weights. And I mean, if you're dumb enough to be swinging on people all the time in Vegas and then being like, you won't hit me back, then you're probably about as useless as a weight anyways. Anyways, dude, he like gets her up in the air and the crowd just goes silent, and he drops her, and the thud just like thud. Like, it's a thud. It was a solid amount of an impact. Like, the weight hitting it was a nice solid goomph. And all of her friends immediately are like, oh my God, you hit her. And I watched her like just relentlessly swing on this guy. So my friend that I'm with is like, whoa, we saw everything. And when we say that, the women just kind of like scurry and pick up their friend. I don't know if this is a good analogy. I might get in trouble for this one. You ever seen rats like swarm a piece of pizza and then pick it up and like walk away with it? Like, you ever seen those videos in New York, dude? I'm not even kidding. This group of like rat-like women collect their one big super friend, dude, like their tank, the one that was supposed to take all the damage for him that night. And they like start carrying her back to the hotel room, saying it's ridiculous how mean people are in Vegas. Like, oh yeah, sorry that people are mean in Vegas and your friend is out here trying to Mike Tyson anybody that she bumps into and has a disagreement with in the middle of the night. Like, I'm obviously not for hitting women, but yeah, watching somebody be like, you won't hit me, after hitting somebody get body slammed was one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen. I guess what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, because nothing really happened. The dudes scurried off very quickly too, because I don't know if you know this, the Strip, they don't like fights and stuff going on. It's not like they like the Wild West, so pretty often if you cause a fight or cause a problem, the cops will be there pretty quick, and they don't like to play games. So as soon as the fight broke up and somebody said something that like gave them a chance to boom, everybody just scattered in a million directions, because nobody wants to be the person who gets in trouble on the Strip. It's just not a good time. But yeah, that's what I saw. I just knew I had to tell you guys a story about it. It's not something that happens very often, you know. I'm just turned 21, so I'm not used to life down on the Strip, but if that's what it is, goddamn, I gotta go back every weekend. That was entertaining as hell. Real talk though, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate you taking a second to press the like button, comment down below, all that good stuff, turn on notifications. If you like the intro song, the link will be in the description. No pressure if you don't want to check it out though. And yeah, other than that, get yourself some of the OG Sub Club merch. Use code Scrubby in the G Fuel checkout, and hopefully I'll see you guys all next time with another video. I'm out. Peace. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot.